A man can live a week without water, a month without food, several days without sleep, but his life will end in 2 to 3 minutes if he's not breathing. 1,000 years ago, ancient healers understood that breath allowed a man to understand himself better, to restore energetic forces within him. This is true nowadays as well. It has been determined that human beings consist of 75 billion cells, and they all must breathe.
Вся практика работы показывает, что именно дыхательные упражнения при разумном подходе в сочетании с методом лечения позволяет человеку уйти от медикаментов.
The extraordinary virtues of breath are well known to both psychiatrists and psychologists. It has been determined that the breath of an even-tempered man is different from the breath of a man in a stressed state. The breathing exercises in particular help manage a whole host of modern health problems, such as chronic fatigue syndrome, depression, and mood swings.
Любой человек, который приходит сюда, он в первую очередь получает работу над дыханием тем или иным способом, потому что в первую очередь для решения проблем необходимо спокойное состояние. И вот нормальное, полноценное дыхание именно как раз дает возможность развить спокойное состояние.
It has been determined that if you breathe in a joyful temper, after some time you get a feeling of gladness. In the same way, a sorrow, an anxiety, even a fear can be caused. Every emotion has a corresponding rhythm of breathing. This rhythm of breathing presents an importance even for athletes. High achievements in sports are impossible if you do not breathe correctly.
Контроль и подход к естественному правильному дыханию ведет где-то к увеличению в 2-4 раза эффективности тренировок. Буквально через месяц человек уже вещи делает, которые он, приходя в зал в первый день, не мог делать вообще. Проходит 2-3 недели, он начинает выполнять нагрузки, которые он даже не мог выполнить, скажем так, через 2 месяца обычного дыхания при тех же тренировках в зале.
But what's going on when we breathe? A lot of mysteries are hidden here as well. When we inhale, our lungs expand. The alveoli, which are the tiny bubbles that the lungs consist of, begin to fill with air. The oxygen is then transported to the tissues of the organs and then to the cells, where the oxidative reactions necessary for our metabolism take place. And here, both Russian and foreign scientists agree that oxygen, so important to our life and its processes, can be a mortally dangerous enemy to our health. Scientists call it the paradox of oxygen.
Один из крупных ученых Бернал в свое время назвал кислород одним из самых сильных ядов на планете, который как двуликий Янус. С одной стороны, он обладает токсическими свойствами, а с другой стороны, кислород сыграл колоссально важную роль вообще в процессах эволюции живого. Но вот при ряде патологических состояний, воздействий, например, неблагоприятной экологии, стресса, воспалительных заболеваниях, опухолевых заболеваниях, вот эти активные формы кислорода, как мы говорим в медицине, они играют чрезвычайно важную роль в патогенезе, то есть в механизмах развития.
We breathe 1,000 times per hour, 24,000 times per day, 9 million times per year. Very simply put, our organism is like a bonfire. Nutrients burn and the oxidative reactions take place. The faster oxygen is delivered into the organism, the faster the bonfire burns down. So we can speak about the connection between breath and the duration of your life. There is one more observation by scientists. The slower you breathe, the longer you live. Just compare. A dog takes 40 breaths a minute. A man, 17. A tortoise, 1 to 3. A dog lives an average of 20 years. A man, 70 years. A tortoise, almost 500 years. One more secret of breath is hidden. Did you ever wonder why so many long lives are lived in the mountains, where the dwellers breathe thin air. It appears that all of us start out with almost no oxygen. At the moment of conception and the first few minutes of pregnancy, the egg is in an environment with almost no oxygen. And in the process of growth, the fetus is developing in an environment with low oxygen. That's why a childbirth in water is possible. A child spends the first 9 months practicing living in conditions of hypoxia, or low oxygen. In the beginning of the last century, a great Russian physiologist demonstrated a chief role of carbonic acid in transferring oxygen from the blood. It is the carbonic gas that inhibits the reactions of free radicals. This protects the cells from destruction. But deficits of oxygen leads to different diseases of the respiratory, endocrine, musculoskeletal system, and cardiovascular systems, as well as disruptions in metabolism and allergic reactions.
Неприятное, что у нас есть рецепторы, чутко реагирующие, дающие сигнал тревогу на недостаток кислорода. И совершенно отсутствуют рецепторы на пониженное содержание в крови углекислого.
A constant level of CO2 must be present in the lung in order for you to be healthy. And sometimes this very parameter is what distinguishes the healthy from the sick. There are no drugs or procedures that correct this parameter. It is just impossible. The content of carbonic gas can only be regulated by breath, and humans can do this at any age. The greatest secret of our breath is that nature endowed us to heal ourselves and to prolong our lives. The human being is the only creature on the planet who is capable of deliberate breath control. We only have to develop what already belongs to us, to reconnect to the experience of our ancestors. So we should use our unique opportunity to control our breath, to appreciate each inhalation, to exhale with love, enjoying a long and happy life.